Hey everyone, it's Nuff. I just wanted to give you guys a quick walkthrough of how Sombra is working now. She is my favorite character, so I figured it'd be a good character to start my class tutorials off with. If you enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe, comment below, tell us what you think. So the first big thing that I want to talk about is she can now stay invisible indefinitely, and she can also keep her translocator down indefinitely. You're going to see that there's no timer really. This basically just means that you get to stand around a little bit and wait for the right time to pounce. Usually, you know, when someone else has either a graviton ultimate or a high noon, something that your team can capitalize on. She's still very centered around working with your team and communicating. The big downside to the changes though is that your translocator can now be broken if someone sees it. What I like to do is I like to put it right on top of the med pack so that when you jump back, you get your heal immediately, and then it's also a little bit harder to see, but if they're paying attention, they can definitely still find it. As has always been the case, you can still be popped out of invisibility, you know, by taking damage. Something like a Widowmaker's Venom Mine or any sort of damage that you take will bring you out of stealth, so you definitely want to be careful with that. Make sure you're navigating around chokeholds and not getting caught in the stray fire. So because the translocator now stays up indefinitely, they've added a function where you can press the F key to destroy the translocator. So this is good if, for example, you put your translocator in the spawn room or near a med pack that's way out of the way. You can just get it destroyed and then the cooldown will reset and you'll get your translocator back shortly. So the big thing now is because you have invisibility indefinitely, you don't have to worry about using it and then having it on cooldown when you need it most. So basically you can leave out of the spawn room right out the gate with your stealth up and navigate around the map more freely. The downside is that now when you're invisible, instead of a 70% speed boost, you get a 50% speed boost, which still feels pretty fast. It still feels like you can navigate quickly around enemies. And the nice thing is that you can no longer contest the point while you're invisible. Some people would say that's a nerf. I actually like it because it lets you to navigate around on the point without giving away that you're on it. Whereas before, if you were on the point, it would basically start beeping and the enemy team would be alerted that someone was trying to cap the point. Usually they would assume it was Sombra if there was no one in sight. So now you can kind of run around on the point without having to worry about giving your position away, so long as you don't get too close to anyone. For the most part, you still want to really know the map layout with Sombra. You want to know where the med packs are. You want to try to play around them. Being able to have a hacked med pack will be a huge benefit to you and your teammate, but she still definitely plays like an interrupter. You want to jump in fights and turn the odds against the enemy. Basically, to me is still the best tank buster, I think. Putting a hack on a tank pretty much just makes it a sitting duck. She's also very good for situations such as this that you're watching where, say a Genji, a Doomfist, or a Reaper, any sort of flanking character, especially like a Tracer, if she jumps on the healers, you can easily put a hack on them and they're stuck behind enemy lines with no way of getting out, right? Because Reaper won't have the Wraith, Tracer won't have the Blink, Genji won't have the Dash, that sort of thing. So she's also very good on the front lines as well as on the back lines. I would also say that Sombra is very fast at building ultimates. There's no reason really that you can't be attacking the enemy constantly. You can just keep blinking out whenever you get in trouble. Unless you get stunned by a McCree or hooked by a Roadhog, you can basically keep the fight going, especially like this if you're playing around the med pack. You can just make it really hard for someone to kill you. And a lot of times you don't really need to kill anyone. I mean, just getting the attention of the healers and getting the attention of the back line will be enough for your front line to kind of take over the point or make a strong push on the front, usually if you have a solid team. Ever since they implemented the ability to look at the scoreboard to see who has ultimate and how close everyone is to getting an ultimate, really, there should be no reason that you aren't calling out your EMPs and trying to coordinate them with things like a Graviton or an Earth Shatter and getting down the Reinhardt shield and helping your team open up for those ultimates. Just, you know, make sure you're looking at the scoreboard constantly and building up your EMPs as often as possible. Another thing I do want to mention is keep an eye on the kill feed, especially now that you can pretty much be in stealth indefinitely. There's no reason you shouldn't be looking at the healers. If the healers are dead, you know they're about to respawn. You can make your way over to the spawn and maybe catch a Mercy or a Zenyatta respawning by themselves. You can be in position to take advantage of that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, if there's anything that you guys can add or feel like I might have missed, please comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. I'm still fresh to this YouTube thing, but I do definitely enjoy playing the game and making the content. So if you guys enjoy it, give me a thumbs up and I'll keep the content going. And then just enjoy this last clip here. This is an EMP I put down in the middle of a high noon that was being covered by a Reinhardt. So you can see that McCree was pretty happy. Thanks.